Greetings, chosen one. Today, we stand at the threshold of something truly divine. The time has come for your transformation. The Lord has spoken, and his message is clear. I will restore to you what was lost. This is not just a verse, it's a divine decree. Yes, you heard correctly. What has been taken, what has been broken, what has been stolen, God promises to restore it all, and he begins with your peace. But before you get too comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe only if you truly enjoy what I do here. If this message is already touching your spirit, type Amen below and let heaven see your faith. Share your thoughts and how this message resonates with you in the comments. Feel led, hit subscribe and walk this journey with us. Today, we're talking about peace versus chaos, the battle that rages not just in your surroundings, but deep within your soul. Chosen one, you have been called to live in peace, to embody the tranquility that comes from knowing that you are deeply loved by your Creator, that he has a plan for you, and that your life is not ruled by the chaos that so often surrounds you. But to do so, you must confront the chaos that threatens your peace and recognize what needs to be released. You may feel it already, the constant pressure, the noise, the demands of the world. You've likely become so accustomed to it that you no longer even notice the subtle, yet profound, impact it's having on your spirit. The distractions, the busyness, the conflicting voices, all fighting for your attention. Your peace is under siege, chosen one, and now is the time to examine what's causing this inner turmoil. The question today is simple, yet powerful. Which friend must go now? Take a moment to close your eyes, breathe deeply, and feel the weight of everything that has been weighing you down. Is it the constant rush, the unending list of things to do? Perhaps it's the people around you who bring more drama than peace, or maybe it's the doubts and fears that sneak into your thoughts at night. Whatever it is, you must recognize it, confront it, and make a conscious decision to release it. The Lord is calling you to embrace peace and to let go of chaos. Feel the tension in your body. Where is it rooted? Your shoulders, your chest. These are the physical signs of spiritual unrest. When peace is absent, your body, your soul, your spirit all feel the strain. But this is not your final destination, chosen one. God has promised to restore what has been lost, and that restoration starts with you making the choice to reclaim your peace. Today marks the beginning of that transformation. Now that you've begun to recognize the battle for peace within your soul, it's time to delve deeper into the chaos that has taken root. Chosen one, you must first identify the enemy if you are to fight it and reclaim your peace. This chaos, however, isn't always an external force. It can often be something within you, something that's been built up over time, layer by layer. It can be the patterns you've formed, the unhealthy relationships you've tolerated, or the negative thoughts you've allowed to persist in your mind. Take a moment to reflect on your life. What feels unsettled? Where do you feel the tug of confusion, doubt, or frustration? Is it in your mind, constantly racing from one thought to the next? Perhaps it's in your heart, where unresolved emotions have been buried, waiting for attention. Maybe it's in your surroundings, an environment that no longer brings peace, but instead leaves you feeling overwhelmed or drained. Chaos may have seeped into your life in small, unnoticed ways, but now it's time to see it clearly. Often, the chaos in our lives masquerades as something that feels necessary. We tell ourselves we must stay busy, keep working, take care of others, keep the peace, even when those things deplete our soul. Chosen one, there is a great danger in this mindset. You've been taught to juggle, to take on responsibility after responsibility, but it's left you weary. Perhaps it feels like you are doing it all, but at what cost? Is your peace slipping through your fingers while you keep yourself occupied with distractions? Let's dig deeper. Is there a certain person or relationship in your life that drains you? A friendship that, instead of uplifting you, constantly pulls you into drama, negativity, or confusion? These toxic relationships can cloud your sense of self and peace. You know the ones, the friends, family members, or acquaintances who stir up trouble, keep you in a state of emotional turmoil, or demand too much of your energy. There may be people in your life who are acting like anchors, weighing you down and preventing you from stepping into the divine peace that God has in store for you. These are the relationships that must be evaluated. Then there are the internal struggles, those thought patterns that hold you captive. Maybe you've been conditioned to think that chaos is just a normal part of life, that you have to constantly fight for your place in the world. These thoughts, rooted in fear, self-doubt, or insecurity, are like the weeds that choke out the beauty of the garden of your soul. It's time to pull them out, one by one, so that the peace God intends for you can grow and flourish. You cannot keep feeding fear and doubt without paying a price on your spirit. Identifying the chaos in your life is the first step toward reclaiming your peace. It may feel daunting, chosen one, because these forces can be deeply embedded in your routines, your relationships, and your beliefs. But this is your opportunity to take control of your life, to choose peace over the distractions, and to allow your soul to rest in the divine assurance that God has already won the victory. As you examine your life, ask yourself, what in my life is pulling me away from the peace I long for? What do I need to release in order to walk in the peace of God's presence? Take a deep breath. Know that God is with you in this process, leading you through the necessary steps to reclaim the peace He has promised. It may require uncomfortable changes, a breaking away from the old to step into the new. But remember this, God's restoration will fill the empty spaces left by chaos with His divine peace. And once you've identified what needs to go, you can begin the process of releasing it, allowing your soul to be free to embrace the peace that is rightfully yours. This is not just a one-time decision, chosen one. This is an ongoing process of shedding the things, people, and mindsets that drain you. It's a spiritual cleansing, a divine pruning, and the beginning of a new chapter where your soul can flourish. The chaos that once ruled your life will be replaced with the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. And as you release what no longer serves you, you will make room for His peace to dwell richly in your heart. Trust in this process. Trust that as you identify and release the chaos, God will fill you with His perfect peace, peace that restores, renews, and empowers you to walk in the fullness of your divine purpose. Chosen one, now that you've begun identifying the chaos in your life, it's time to confront the deeper truth. Peace and chaos are more than just opposing forces. They are agents that shape the very course of your life. They aren't merely abstract concepts, they have real power. The truth is, you allow them to govern your decisions, your energy, and your spirit. You've been living in this tension, wondering which force is in control. But now, God is calling you to evaluate your life honestly. Which one holds sway in your heart? You see, peace and chaos are not just states of mind. They're forces that seek to influence everything you do. Chaos feeds on confusion, anxiety, and the constant need for more. It makes you feel restless, overwhelmed, and disconnected. It creates a false sense of urgency that drives you further away from stillness and tranquility. You may have grown so accustomed to this state of being that it's become your normal, even though it's a life far removed from the peace God desires for you. On the other hand, peace brings clarity, assurance, and balance. Peace doesn't mean the absence of problems, but it does mean the presence of God, regardless of what's happening around you. Peace allows you to hear God's voice more clearly, to move through the chaos of life with confidence, and to stand firm in your identity as a child of the Most High. Peace is a foundation that strengthens your resolve and allows you to walk in alignment with your divine purpose. But to step into that peace, you must first recognize the power of chaos in your life and ask yourself, which one do you want to choose? Take a moment and reflect on your own life. Which voice do you hear more clearly, peace or chaos? Is it the nagging sense of fear that keeps you up at night, the distractions that pull your focus in 100 different directions, or the constant hum of restlessness that follows you throughout your day? Or is it the quiet assurance of God's presence, the calm certainty that He is with you, leading you every step of the way? In your own heart, which force has the loudest voice? Let's consider the pull of chaos for a moment. Chaos doesn't just appear in large, dramatic ways. It creeps in, silently and subtly, often disguised as urgent things you must attend to. Perhaps it's the endless cycle of work demands, the constant distractions of social media, or the toxic relationships that drain your energy and focus. All of these are tools of chaos that keep you in a constant state of distraction. The enemy knows that if he can keep you distracted, he can keep you from your purpose. He uses the noise of life to drown out the still, small voice of God that calls you to rest, to peace, to wholeness. Chaos also breeds fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of what others think, and fear that you are not enough. Fear keeps you trapped in a cycle of uncertainty, never feeling grounded or at peace. But peace, chosen one, is the antidote to fear. Peace brings with it the assurance that God has already won the victory. It allows you to move through life with the confidence that His plans for you are good, no matter what challenges arise. When you walk in peace, you stop worrying about controlling everything because you know that God is in control. So, why is it so hard to choose peace? Why does chaos sometimes seem so alluring, even when you know it only brings destruction and unrest? The answer lies in the way you've been conditioned. For so long, you've been taught to think that chaos equals productivity, that busyness equals significance. But that is a lie, chosen one. In fact, chaos only clouds your ability to hear God and to live according to His divine plan. It exhausts you, it leaves you drained, and it steals your peace. But here's the truth. Peace is not passive. It is not about sitting idly by and letting life happen to you. Peace is an active force that requires you to make deliberate choices. It requires you to say no to the distractions, to step back from the things that drain you, and to create space for stillness. Peace is a choice, and in choosing peace, you are actively choosing to align yourself with God's will for your life. And here is the key. Once you make that choice, you will begin to notice a shift in your life. The more you choose peace, the less you allow chaos to control your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. You will begin to feel more grounded, more aligned with your divine purpose, and more able to hear God's voice. Your decisions will be made with clarity, and your actions will be driven by the peace that comes from knowing that you are walking in the fullness of God's plan. Choosing peace doesn't mean that chaos won't try to make an appearance. It will still be there, lurking in the background, trying to pull you back into its grip. But when you make the choice to embrace peace, you will find that the chaos no longer has the same power over you. Peace will become your anchor, your guide, and your strength. With peace in your heart, you will be able to face the challenges of life without being swept away by the storm. Take a moment now, chosen one, to evaluate the areas of your life where chaos has taken root. Ask yourself, what do I need to release to make room for peace? Is it a habit, a relationship, or a mindset that needs to be let go of? Perhaps it's an old way of thinking that tells you that chaos is normal or even necessary. Whatever it is, know that God is with you in this process. He will guide you, empower you, and give you the strength to choose peace over chaos. When you choose peace, you are choosing to align your life with God's perfect will. You are stepping into the fullness of your divine purpose, and you are allowing His peace to flow through every part of your being. This is your divine inheritance, chosen one. Peace is not just something to be experienced in fleeting moments. It is something you are meant to walk in daily, no matter what life brings. As you move forward, remember that peace is a daily choice. It's something that requires constant vigilance and a willingness to let go of what no longer serves you. But each time you choose peace, you take another step into the divine transformation that God has prepared for you. Let this be your affirmation, chosen one. I choose peace over chaos. I let go of distractions, fear, and unrest, and I walk confidently in the peace that God has for me. You have been called to live in peace, and today you begin that journey, chosen one. You are now standing at the crossroads of transformation, where the struggle to let go becomes your greatest challenge, releasing chaos in your life, whether it is in the form of toxic relationships, unhealthy patterns, or negative thought processes, is never easy. In fact, it can feel overwhelmingly difficult. You may feel the weight of attachment pulling you back, whispering to you that the old ways, though chaotic, are somehow safer, more familiar. But hear this, the Lord has called you to something higher, something more peaceful, and He will empower you to make the difficult but necessary choices to step into that peace. Let's be honest, the struggle of letting go is real. You've invested so much in the things that drain you, the relationships that have become toxic, and the habits that no longer serve your purpose. These things, even though they disrupt your peace, are what you've known. The thought of letting go, even for something better, can feel like you're losing a part of yourself. But the truth is, those things were never meant to define you. They were never meant to be your foundation. God has something better in store for you, chosen one. But in order to receive it, you must make space by releasing the old. This process of letting go is not just about physically distancing yourself from negative influences. It is a spiritual and emotional act of faith. You are choosing to trust that what God has for you is far greater than the chaos you're being asked to release. As you reflect on what must go in your life, ask yourself this: what are you holding on to because it feels familiar, even if it's not serving you? Are there relationships you keep returning to, even though they leave you exhausted? Are there habits or mindsets that you've held on to for years, telling yourself they are just part of who you are, even though they no longer align with your true self? The hardest part of this journey is acknowledging that something which once served a purpose in your life is now holding you back. Maybe it's a person or a relationship that keeps dragging you back into emotional turmoil. You know the one, the person who consistently leaves you feeling drained, doubting your worth, or pulling you into drama. Letting go of people who drain your spirit can be one of the hardest decisions, especially when you feel obligated to keep the peace, even at the expense of your own well-being. But chosen one, you are not called to stay in relationships that continually disrupt your peace. God's peace doesn't come with strings attached. It's not something that requires you to sacrifice your soul for the sake of someone else's comfort. It's easy to feel guilt or shame about letting go of people you've invested so much in, but trust that God is asking you to protect your peace. He will provide for you and bring the right people into your life, those who will nurture and uplift you rather than drag you down. Remember, Jesus himself showed us that we must sometimes set boundaries in relationships to fulfill God's plan for our lives. You are not abandoning anyone. You are simply choosing to preserve the peace God has given you. Next, think about the habits or thought patterns that need to go. Do you constantly replay the worst-case scenarios in your mind, worried about the future? Do you find yourself stuck in patterns of fear, insecurity, or self-doubt? These thought cycles are the chains that hold you in chaos. The enemy uses these fears to keep you paralyzed and prevent you from stepping fully into the peace and purpose that God has for you. Letting go of these thought patterns requires a conscious effort to replace them with God's truth. His word is the antidote to fear and doubt. It's the balm that soothes your spirit and replaces chaos with calm. When you find yourself slipping into negative thinking, choose to speak God's promises over your life. You are not your fears. You are not defined by your past mistakes or failures. You are a beloved child of God, equipped and empowered to walk in His peace. Releasing the chaos, chosen one, is a process, and it's not always linear. There will be moments when you take a step forward and then feel yourself slipping back. But remember this, the very act of letting go is a sign of your growth. Each time you choose peace over chaos, you are aligning yourself with your divine purpose. Each decision you make to release what drains you brings you one step closer to the fullness of the life God has prepared for you. There is divine strength in the struggle of letting go. God is not asking you to do this on your own. He is walking with you, providing the strength you need to break free from the things that hold you back. The Holy Spirit is your guide in this process, helping you discern what needs to go and giving you the courage to let it go. Letting go is also an act of faith. It's trusting that God has something better in store for you. It's knowing that by releasing what no longer serves you, you are making room for what He wants to bring into your life. Your future is full of peace, growth, and purpose. But in order to experience it fully, you must make the decision to walk away from the chaos that once held you captive. Imagine, for a moment, what your life will look like when you fully let go of the things that no longer serve you. Picture yourself walking in peace, free from the constant noise of worry, fear, and emotional drain. Picture the relationships that uplift and encourage you, the thoughts that align with God's truth, and the clarity that comes from being fully at peace with yourself and with God. This is the life He's calling you to. But, chosen one, it all starts with the choice to let go. Letting go is the first step toward experiencing the peace that God has promised. It's not easy, and it may not happen overnight, but with each decision to release chaos, you will find yourself stepping into the divine restoration that God has waiting for you. Let this be your affirmation, chosen one. I choose to release the chaos in my life. I trust in God's strength to help me let go and walk in His peace. Trust that God is with you every step of the way, and know that His peace will fill the spaces you are making for it. You are not alone in this journey. The Lord is with you, guiding you through each moment of letting go, strengthening you for the transformation that is unfolding in your life. Chosen one, as you move forward in your journey, trusting that God will empower you to release the chaos, you will begin to experience a new kind of strength, the divine strength that comes from walking in alignment with God's peace. This is not a strength that comes from striving or from your own efforts. It is the kind of strength that flows from your connection to God, from His presence in your life. As you continue to make space for peace, He equips you with everything you need to stand firm in His truth and to move forward with confidence. One of the greatest gifts that God gives you in this process is the strength to endure. This is not just about enduring difficulties in the external world. It is about enduring the internal struggles that often feel like obstacles to peace. It's easy to think that once you begin to release the chaos, everything will be smooth sailing. But we know that transformation is a journey, and that journey often comes with challenges. But chosen one, these challenges are not meant to break you. They are meant to refine you, to strengthen your faith, and to draw you closer to God's presence. The strength God provides for this transformation is not just physical, it is spiritual and emotional. It is the strength to say no to the distractions, to walk away from the things and people that drain you, and to choose peace even when the world around you is in turmoil. It is the strength to trust in God's timing, even when it feels like everything is moving too slowly. It is the strength to face your fears, to let go of the past, and to step into the new thing that God has for you. Think for a moment, chosen one, about the times when you have faced difficulties in the past, when life was hard, when you were overwhelmed. Did you feel that God was absent or distant, or did you experience a quiet strength that allowed you to keep going even when it felt impossible? That strength, chosen one, was God's divine grace at work in your life. His strength is never about doing it all on your own. It is about partnering with Him, allowing Him to strengthen you when you feel weak. This strength is available to you right now. No matter where you are in your journey, no matter what challenges you are facing, God's strength is sufficient for you. His word promises that He will never leave you or forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:6. He is with you every step of the way, strengthening you, guiding you, and empowering you to stand firm in His peace. When you choose peace over chaos, chosen one, you are stepping into a divine partnership. God will not ask you to do this alone. His strength is what enables you to let go, to release what no longer serves you, and to trust that He has something better in store. This strength will carry you through the moments of doubt and fear, and it will sustain you through the process of transformation. But let's be clear, this is not a one-time decision, nor is it an easy fix. Choosing peace and relying on God's strength is an ongoing process. There will be times when you feel weak, when the distractions of the world seem too loud, and when the temptation to revert to old ways feels overwhelming. But in those moments, remember this: God is your refuge and your strength. Psalm 46:1. He will give you the strength you need to resist, to remain in His peace, and to continue moving forward. God's strength is not a temporary fix. It is an eternal source that flows from His presence. The more you seek Him, the more you tap into that divine strength. The more you make space for peace in your life, the more God's strength will fill you. It is not a fleeting strength that runs out, but a wellspring that never runs dry. Now, chosen one, take a moment to reflect on how this strength will change your life. When you step into the fullness of God's peace, you will begin to see the world through new eyes. The challenges that once seemed insurmountable will no longer have the same grip on you. The fear that once paralyzed you will give way to faith. The chaos that once seemed like your reality will be replaced with the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. Philippians 4:7. But this transformation is not just about your external circumstances, it is about your internal world. When God fills you with His peace and His strength, He is doing a deep work within you. He is restoring the broken places, healing the wounds, and renewing your spirit. This process may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. As you continue to walk in God's peace, remember that you are not walking alone. His strength is there to support you, to empower you, and to lead you forward. And as you walk in His strength, you will begin to see how His peace transforms every area of your life. You will begin to feel more confident, more aligned with your divine purpose, and more at peace with who you are. Let this be your affirmation, chosen one. I trust in God's strength to carry me through. I rely on His peace and His presence to sustain me, and I choose to walk in the fullness of His transformation. You may not have all the answers right now, chosen one, and the road ahead may not always be clear, but trust that as you rely on God's strength, you will continue to move forward. The peace that He has promised is not a distant reality. It is a present truth, and it will guide you every step of the way. Chosen one, as you continue on your journey toward peace, know that breaking free from the chains of chaos is not a simple or immediate process. The decision to let go of what no longer serves you and to allow God's peace to fill the spaces in your life is a courageous act of faith. However, this is not just about walking away from what is harmful. It is about stepping into something greater, the divine restoration that only God can provide. When you break free from the bonds of chaos, you are stepping into the fullness of your divine purpose, and your soul begins to flourish in the way it was always meant to. When you break free from the bonds of chaos, chosen one, you are aligning yourself with the flow of God's will. This is an act of trust. Trust that the things you are releasing are not just things. They are strongholds that have kept you from experiencing the life God has designed for you. There is a power in releasing these strongholds, and in doing so, you are opening the door for God to fill you with His peace, His purpose, and His presence. Think for a moment about the ways that chaos has held you back. What areas of your life have been burdened by uncertainty, fear, or unresolved conflict? Maybe it's a pattern of unhealthy relationships that continually drain your energy. Maybe it's an old fear or insecurity that continues to rise up, keeping you from stepping into the fullness of God's calling on your life. Maybe it's your own self-doubt, constantly questioning your worth and ability. These are the bonds that have held you captive, but in breaking free, you are choosing to leave behind the chains that have restricted your soul's true potential. As you break free, you will begin to feel a sense of lightness that you haven't experienced in a long time. The weight of chaos, the pressure of negative influences, and the heaviness of your own internal struggles will begin to lift, and for the first time in a while, you'll experience a freedom that allows your soul to breathe. That is God's peace entering into the spaces where chaos once resided. This is the restoration of your spirit, chosen one, as you allow God's presence to fill the void that was once occupied by fear, doubt, and negativity. But breaking free is not always immediate, and it's certainly not always easy. Even as you begin to release what no longer serves you, you may find that chaos tries to re-enter your life, creeping in through the back door in subtle ways. It may come in the form of old habits, familiar distractions, or even well-meaning but emotionally draining people. When this happens, don't be discouraged. God has given you the power to resist these forces. Every time you say no to chaos, every time you choose peace, you are strengthening your ability to stand firm in the divine restoration that is unfolding within you. Take a moment to reflect on the power you have in Christ. You are not powerless in this process. The enemy wants you to believe that breaking free from chaos is too difficult, that it's easier to stay in the familiar, even if it's toxic. But chosen one, you are equipped with the strength of God Himself. His Holy Spirit dwells within you, empowering you to make decisions that align with your divine purpose. You are no longer bound by the chains of fear or chaos. You have the authority to walk in peace, and with every step you take, you are reclaiming your freedom. This journey of breaking free requires courage. It requires you to confront your fears and face the unknown. It's easy to feel safe in the chaos you've known for so long, but that safety is nothing more than a lie that keeps you from the peace and restoration God has planned for you. Breaking free means trusting that God will guide you to something better. It means letting go of the illusion of control and allowing God to take the lead. It's in this surrender that true freedom is found. Remember, chosen one, that breaking free from chaos doesn't mean that life will be without challenges. The difference now is that you will face those challenges with the peace of God in your heart, knowing that He is with you every step of the way. Chaos no longer has the power to control you or disrupt your peace. You will face difficulties, but you will do so from a place of inner calm, trusting that God is working all things together for your good. Romans 8:28. As you break free from the bonds of chaos, God's peace will begin to take root in your life. This peace is not just an absence of trouble, but the presence of God's comfort, strength, and guidance. It's the kind of peace that allows you to stand firm in the midst of uncertainty, to walk confidently toward your divine purpose, and to trust that God is in control, even when things seem out of control. It's the peace that surpasses all understanding. Philippians 4:7. A peace that is only found when you choose to align yourself with God's will and trust His perfect timing. The more you break free from the bonds of chaos, the more your life will reflect the peace of God. Your decisions will become clearer, your relationships will become healthier, and your spirit will begin to flourish in ways you never imagined possible. As you continue to choose peace over chaos, you will witness the transformation that comes from walking in God's divine restoration. Let this be your affirmation, chosen one. I break free from the bonds of chaos. I trust in God's peace and His guidance to lead me toward a life of restoration and purpose. Know this, chosen one, that your journey of breaking free is not just about letting go of the past. It is about stepping boldly into the future. God has for you a future filled with peace, strength, and the fullness of His divine purpose. Chosen one, as you continue to break free from the chaos, you are now stepping into the restoration of peace, an internal renewal that not only brings calm to your heart, but aligns you fully with your divine purpose. Peace, as God has designed it, is not just the absence of external disturbance. It is the fullness of His presence in your life, filling every corner of your heart and mind. This peace is your birthright. It is a divine gift that will restore your soul, renew your spirit, and transform the way you live every single day. Now, as you embrace this restoration of peace, you may be asking, what does this restoration look like in practical terms? It's one thing to believe in peace as an abstract concept, but what does it look like when peace begins to take root in your daily life? Chosen one, this is where the transformation happens. This is where the fruit of your labor, your decision to release chaos, embrace God's guidance, and trust in His strength begins to manifest. The first sign of this peace is a deep sense of calm. You will begin to notice that you no longer feel overwhelmed by the weight of the world. Life may still present challenges, but now you approach them with a sense of steadiness, rooted in the understanding that God is in control. You no longer feel the need to carry the burden alone. God's peace will surround you like a protective shield, enabling you to navigate difficult situations with clarity and grace. Where there was once anxiety, you will now experience a stillness that allows you to make decisions from a place of calm and assurance. This peace also brings with it a sense of rest. So many of you, chosen ones, have been caught in the whirlwind of life's demands, trying to please others, meet expectations, and fulfill responsibilities. But the restoration of peace invites you to rest not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. You can now rest in God's presence, knowing that you don't have to strive or fight for His love. It is freely given, and His plans for you are already in motion. In this rest, you can release the need to constantly do and simply allow God to work through you, trusting that He will guide your steps and provide for your needs. As peace begins to fill you, it will also transform your relationships. Chaos often manifests in unhealthy, draining relationships that demand more than they give, leaving you feeling depleted and unfulfilled. But when you walk in peace, you attract relationships that mirror the calm, nurturing love of God. The people you surround yourself with will become a reflection of the peace that dwells within you. There will be less drama, less tension, and more genuine connection. You will no longer tolerate relationships that drain you or pull you away from your true purpose. Instead, you will find yourself surrounded by those who lift you up, encourage you, and walk alongside you in your divine calling. The restoration of peace also brings a clarity that you've been longing for. When your life is ruled by chaos, it's hard to see the path ahead clearly. Your mind becomes clouded, and you're constantly second-guessing yourself. But peace, God's peace, brings a clarity that cuts through the confusion and helps you see the next steps more clearly. Decisions that once seemed overwhelming now become easier to make. You will begin to sense the quiet whisper of God's direction, leading you gently toward the purpose He has for your life. You will find that your steps are sure, and your confidence in God's plan will grow stronger with each passing day. This peace also empowers you to serve others in a way that aligns with your divine purpose. You no longer feel drained by the demands of others because you have learned to walk in peace, drawing from the endless well of God's strength. As you rest in His peace, you are energized to help others, not out of obligation, but out of a genuine desire to see them walk in the same peace that you found. Your service will no longer feel burdensome. It will be a reflection of God's love flowing freely through you. And as peace takes root in your life, you will find that the things that once seemed impossible become achievable. Goals that once felt out of reach now feel within your grasp. Why? Because you are no longer driven by fear, stress, or anxiety. You are driven by God's peace, which allows you to approach your challenges with a calm determination. With God's peace as your foundation, you have the courage to step into new opportunities, pursue your passions, and live fully in the divine calling He has placed on your life. The restoration of peace is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing process. Each day you choose peace, you build on the foundation that God has laid in your life. There will be days when you feel overwhelmed again, when chaos tries to creep back in. But remember this: the peace of God is always available to you. When you feel the weight of the world pressing in, return to Him, seek His presence, allow His peace to wash over you again and again. The more you do this, the more you will find yourself anchored in His peace, no matter what happens around you. Chosen one, this peace is not something you must earn or strive for. It is a gift from God, one that He freely offers to you. And as you accept this peace, you will begin to experience the fullness of life that God has prepared for you. This peace will transform every area of your life, from your thoughts and emotions to your relationships and your actions. It will fill you with the strength and clarity to walk confidently in the purpose God has given you. Take a deep breath, chosen one, and allow God's peace to settle into your heart. Feel His presence surrounding you, filling you, and guiding you forward. Know that you are walking in the peace that God has promised you, and that with each step, you are moving closer to the fullness of His divine plan. Let this be your affirmation: I receive God's peace, and I walk in the restoration He has for me. I trust in His guidance, and I choose to live in His peace every day. This is the life God has for you, chosen one filled with His peace, His purpose, and His presence. It's time to walk in it fully, chosen one. As you stand on the brink of this divine transformation, it's important to recognize that the restoration of peace you are experiencing is not the end of the journey, but the beginning of something much greater. The peace you've worked so hard to cultivate within yourself is not a fleeting feeling that will come and go. It is a foundation that will sustain you, empower you, and guide you for the rest of your life. You are entering into an ongoing, eternal journey of peace that will continue to unfold as you move forward. In this final chapter of your transformation, let's slow the pace and reflect on what has already been accomplished. You've made the choice to release the chaos, to choose peace over the distractions, and to allow God's divine strength to fill you. You've broken free from the chains of fear, doubt, and negative patterns, and you are now walking in alignment with your divine purpose. You are standing in the fullness of God's peace, a peace that surpasses all understanding, and it is this peace that will carry you through every trial, every challenge, and every moment of uncertainty that may come your way. But let me remind you, chosen one, that peace does not mean the absence of challenges. Peace is not a guarantee that life will be without hardship or difficulty. On the contrary, life will continue to present you with obstacles, moments of uncertainty, and situations that test your faith. However, the peace that you have now embraced does not change in the face of adversity. It is a peace that holds you steady when the world around you is shaking. It is the anchor that keeps you grounded when the storm rages. This peace is not something you must seek or grasp at constantly. It is already within you. God's peace is a part of your inheritance, and as you walk in the fullness of His presence, that peace will sustain you, even when the world tries to pull you back into chaos. Remember that the peace of God remains in your heart, steady and unwavering. This is not just a peace that shields you from the storms of life, but a peace that empowers you to move through them with grace, courage, and unwavering trust in God's plan for you. In the moments when you feel the old pull of chaos trying to creep back into your life, choose peace. In those moments of doubt, when the pressures of life seem too heavy to bear, return to God's peace. Rest in the assurance that He is with you, that He is guiding you, and that His plans for you are good. The restoration of peace you have experienced is not fragile. It is an unshakable foundation that will grow stronger as you continue to trust in God's strength. As you continue on this journey, there will be times when the challenges feel overwhelming. There will be moments when you question whether you can truly walk in peace, especially when it seems like the world is anything but peaceful. But remember, chosen one, that peace is not about external circumstances. It is about your inner alignment with God's will. The peace of God does not depend on the conditions of your surroundings. It depends on your trust in Him, your reliance on His presence, and your willingness to choose peace above all else. There is a divine wisdom in this peace. It is the wisdom that allows you to discern the path ahead, to make decisions with clarity, and to see the hand of God at work in your life. When you walk in peace, you are walking in alignment with God's purpose for your life. The clarity you receive from this peace will guide you in your relationships, your career, your personal growth, and your spiritual journey. Peace is the lens through which you will begin to see the world. and it will transform the way you respond to the challenges and opportunities that come your way. In the same way that you have worked to release chaos and embrace peace, you will continue to make choices that align with this peace. Every decision you make from this point forward will be influenced by the peace that now resides within you. Your actions, your words, and your thoughts will be filtered through the peace of God, and that peace will guide you toward the life you were always meant to live. But chosen one, the journey does not end here. As you walk in God's peace, you will become a beacon of that peace to others. Your life will shine with the light of God's presence, and the peace that you carry will touch the lives of those around you. You will become an instrument of peace in a world that desperately needs it. Your example will inspire others to choose peace, to release the chaos, and to trust in the restoration that God offers to each of His children. The restoration of peace is not a one-time event, but a continual process of growing deeper in God's presence and allowing His peace to transform every area of your life. As you continue to walk in His peace, you will experience a deeper sense of fulfillment, purpose, and joy. You will no longer be driven by fear, anxiety, or the need to control your circumstances. Instead, you will be driven by the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. So, chosen one, as you stand in this moment of transformation, know that your journey of peace is just beginning. You are not walking alone. God is with you, guiding you, strengthening you, and filling you with the peace that will carry you through every moment of your life. The peace that you have received is a gift, one that will never fade or leave you. It is eternal, and it is yours to walk in every day. Let this be your affirmation. I walk in the peace of God. His presence guides me, His strength sustains me, and His peace transforms me. I trust in His plan for my life, and I choose to live in His peace every day. Remember, chosen one, the peace you have found is not just for you, it is for the world. Continue walking in that peace, and let it be a light to those around you. This is the beginning of your eternal journey of peace.